Welcome to a noble society of young urban entrepreneurs sharing knowledge and building wealth. Welcome to the League of Hustlers.
The hustle is in your bones. It runs through your veins. It's that ambition to do more, become more. You can feel it. You know you have what it takes. You know you can build a life you've been dreaming of. It's time you live up to your potential. Welcome to the League of Hustlers.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the League of Hustlers. You already know what it is. It's a motivational podcast for the heavy hitters and the goal getters, people that are set on achieving their goals. Welcome back to another episode. I'm your co-host, HT.
And I'm CD Barnes.
Yeah, man. And we are the League of Hustlers, where we share knowledge and build wealth. And this episode is nothing short of that. Today, we're going to be talking about why it's important for you to have a side hustle. All right? Yes, it's very important that you, from the most successful to the least successful, and anybody in between, you need to have a side hustle, okay? There's a lot of chatter, a lot of talk about, oh, hustle this, hustle that. I don't want a side hustle. I want a business, blah, 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 blah. All right? Call it what you want to. But I know people with side hustles that's making 10 times of people's business. All right? You call it what you want to, okay? Now, what we want to do with this episode is just explore the importance of side hustles, okay? The importance of side hustles, all right? And we want to hit you with 3 key points on this. What's the 3 key points, CD?
3 key points, all right? Number 1, we're going to let you know about testing the water, all right? So side hustles give you that advantage to be able to test the water. Number 2, a side hustle gives you a flexible advantage over bigger already established companies within that industry. And number 3, small things grow into big things. And as a bonus, man, real quick, for everybody that feels like I want a business out of side hustle, businesses cost money. All right, a business until you become profitable is a liability.
Say that one more time. Let's put it in perspective.
Until you become profitable, your business is a liability. So you go out and you file that paperwork, and now you basically just said, hey, I'm here, and now you got to pay. You got to pay every year, every so often. You're going to have to pay to maintain the business. And if you're not profitable yet, you're losing money. All right. So the side hustle, number 1, grants you that ability to make sure you can become profitable first, and then, all right, you go in and scale it into a business. It's about scaling, man. All right.
Right.
So let's just get into point 1, though. All right, testing the water, and actually that kind of is a good segue into that, because that's what a side hustle does. If you think you're interested in something, and you have, all right, it gives you the opportunity to start off small to make sure the shoe actually fits before you just buy it and walk out the store. Make sure you can commit to this. Make sure you can do it. Make sure it feels good. Make sure you can, talk the lingo. Make sure you're actually going to do it. Make sure you're actually going to do it. Can you actually grow this thing? And then once you begin that process, and you can get those customers, and you may want to do something, but the truth is you might suck at it.
There you go.
All right. You might suck at it. Starting a side hustle first gives you the opportunity to test the water. It's just that simple, man. Try the shoe on before you buy the dang on shoe and walk out the store, and now you just stuck with it. All right.
Right.
That's, key point number 1. You got anything on that?
Yeah. Real quick, to piggyback on that, I couldn't tell you how many entrepreneurs that I've personally worked with. And I don't mean just, you talk to them on the phone. Not like, no, I'm involved, like personally working with these folks, that have started a business, okay, and went so far down the road, but guess what? They went the wrong way. They bought LLC. You know what I mean? They got LLCs. They
I've done
got
it.
business names. Right. They copywrote, they got stuff copywritten. They got stuff trademarked. They bought inventory. They got office space.
Man.
And what happened? It failed, of course. Right? They went
Right.
all the way down the road the wrong way. Okay. This is what
Right.
I preach. Side hustles. Okay. And to put it
Side
in
hustle.
perspective, the League of Hustlers isn't about a hustle. The League of Hustlers is about a mind state. It's
Mm-hmm.
about being ambitious. It's about being a
Right.
goal getter. So don't get it confused. Okay. And when we say side hustle, when we say business, you call it what you want. Like I said, I got side hustles that make 2 times, 3 times what people call businesses. All right. So just let's be clear. The reason and the benefit of a side hustle, one of the main benefits, to CD's point, is to have that agility, right? You're not committing to all of the stuff that a quote unquote business would require. All right. But having that side hustle will allow you to stay nimble. It'll allow you to pivot. It'll allow you to iterate if the need arises, which in this economy, in this day and age, you have to be able to do. You have to be able to pivot. If something isn't working, if you
Right.
get into the coffee business and you realize like, oh, snap, it's too many people in the coffee business. I need to differentiate myself and start selling coffee filters or start selling, the coffee machines or espresso machines, but you just spent, $1,000 trademarking coffee beans, etc.
Mm-hmm.
Do y'all follow where we're going with this? So having a side hustle allows you to quickly iterate, right? Bam, side hustle. I can immediately switch from this coffee beans, etc., to espressos galore. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So you avoid
Like
having
that.
to take that loss and that hit those liabilities that's associated with having to do stuff such in a structured way. All right. Second point.
Second point is kind of, coinciding with that, man. The side hustle gives you that flexible advantage. All right. Larger companies may have the advantage of a bigger budget, but as a side hustle, a small business, even, your biggest advantage is going to be your size, that flexibility, your capability to be able to make those quick decisions
Boom.
and adjust rapidly, like time after time after time. Large companies may have the budget. However, it's going to take them weeks, months, a quarter, 6 months, a year to make decisions. There's so much red tape involved. Policies have to be created. People have to sign off. This person has to sign off. Like 10 people have to sign off. As a side hustle, if you get into an industry, you can compete strictly off of your ability to be flexible and to innovate quickly. Innovation, especially in this time, like the whole COVID area, you see it is right in front of your face. Companies that are able to rapidly evolve with the climate around them are doing well.
Right.
Companies that are not able to do that, they're going out of businesses. You see the stores shutting down, you've seen them. Companies that like they can't adapt quick enough, like, oh, we can't get a website, we can't get an online presence, we can't drive traffic to the web. We can't get a delivery mod. Like they cannot adapt quick enough, and that is their downfall.
Right.
All right. So
You know,
that is an advantage.
what's a good example? I was thinking about this yesterday, actually, having a conversation on this. Walmart, right? You look at like Amazon came through. What did they do? They came through and changed the game, right?
Yeah.
They stayed agile.
Big.
Again, another one that started as a side hustle. Dude started in a little, piece of a corner of an office, like, another thing, right? That
Right.
empire that started as a side hustle. But the conversation I was having yesterday was about how Walmart, it took them what seemed like forever to be able to pivot and restructure themselves to fit this our current society, where I just want to pick up, my cell phone and order something online and it's here tomorrow. You see what I'm saying? But it
Right.
took Walmart
Right.
years to implement this. But the company, it was a company called Jet.com, Jet.com, that Walmart bought, right? Jet.com, their whole business model was just like Amazon Prime. Okay. They let individual sellers post stuff on Jet.com and sell it themselves and fulfill the orders. Okay. And so they had that, and then they would, ship it out real quick, like in a day or two turnaround. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
What did Walmart do? They went in and bought them. Why? Because they're smart. They understood, like, hey, we need to stay agile. We need to stay nimble. But instead of going out and trying to create all of this stuff by themselves, what did they do? They bought a side hustle. What started as a side hustle
the
that was
model.
called Jet.com. You see what I'm saying? Boom,
Right.
let's scoop them up, use their technology, bam, implement it into Walmart's system. Now, it took them a while, though, because why? Because they're so big. Okay? This is where side hustles come into play. And I bet you whoever created Jet.com, I bet you they walked off with a nice piece of change from their side hustle.
Clean. Absolutely.
Yeah, man.
Don't knock the hustle, man. Don't knock the hustle.
Can't knock the hustle. How about that?
Why are you talking about that, though? That reminded me of Target, though. Even prior to COVID-19 times, Target had the app going where you could order everything you wanted out the store online, pull up into a numbered parking space on your app, go in and say, I'm here, and an associate would bring it out to that particular parking space. Just like that, even prior to COVID, man. But just think, as a hustler, you know what I mean, a small business, like being able to be innovative, man, will put you in the game. And our last key point is small things grow into big things.
Right.
We see it all the time. Small things grow into big things. H, I think you got some examples even, man. What you got for us?
Yeah, so I got a list here. Just a few. You tell me if a few of these sound familiar to you. All right? And all of these started as what? As side hustles. So keep that small mind state, right? About, it has to be a business. I'm more into opening businesses and creating businesses. Keep that mind state. All right? But while you got that mind state, let me read off a couple, not a couple, a few businesses that started as side hustles. Okay? Right? They didn't come in like, we're going to create this business that does da, 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 da. No. In this economy, in this day and age, you have to stay agile. Why commit to something that you don't even know if the audience wants it or not? That's why so many people fail. But I digress.
You need to date. You need to date a little bit.
There you go.
Before you get married. You know what I mean? Just a little bit, at
they're
least.
Ready to jump the broom already. Like, geez, take it easy. You're coming on too strong, man. Coming on too strong. So listen at this. Etsy. Have you ever heard of Etsy? All right. Yeah, Etsy started as a side hustle. Slack.com, the project management tool and team communication tool. Well, maybe not project management, but more so team communication. All right. Started as a side hustle. Oculus Rift, right? The new virtual reality, headset, display. Started as a side hustle, got bought by, I think Facebook bought them or something like that. Instagram started as a side hustle. Instagram was actually just a side project. It literally started as a side project of putting filters on photos. And it's grown to what it is today. And who bought them? Of course, Facebook. House. If you ever heard of House, or if you ever search for houses online, 9 times out of 10, house.com is going to pop up, right? Groupon, again, started as a side hustle. Airbnb started as a side hustle. Twitter started as a side hustle. Under Armour started as a side hustle. Craigslist started as a side hustle. And even one of the most recognized names in the world, Apple Computers, started as a side hustle. I can go off to Dell.com, Dell Computers, Microsoft. These companies started as side hustles. So be my guest. Be my guest. Be stuck on creating a business, right? Into building businesses, go right ahead. But understand, you can go too far down that road. You can spend too much money trying to create a business. You can spend too much time trying to create a business. While the people who are actually being successful in this day and age are using side hustles. As a matter of fact, it's a, I got a book around here somewhere. What's the guy's name? But the book is called 100 Side Hustles. I highly recommend the book. Mm-hmm. And the guy just interviewed like 100 different side hustles, owners of side hustles, and just looked at their story and examined how they approach their hustles, right? And all of these are successful. All of them are making over, the small benchmark of 6 figures per year, right? A lot of them are doing much more than that. Side hustles. So yeah, be my guest. But having these side hustles, what's relevant in every story or what's prevalent in every story is the fact that they had to iterate. They had to change. They started one way and then they had to change or go a different direction. All right.
That's the key right there. That's the key, man. Don't get stuck on that whole business thing. I think a lot of people want to start a business just to say that they're a business owner.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Because it sounds
Don't get
good.
stuck. Yeah, don't get stuck on that, man. Yeah. You want to start off as a side hustle and you scale into a business. All right. The business part of it is just paperwork that's going to commit you to making payments. Basically, you're going to have to pay. That's what you're doing.
Exactly. And there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with that. At a certain point, what we're saying is that you need to validate that it can make money first. Exactly. Once you know that it can make money,
scale.
Now it's not just a hobby, right? Now it's a legit hustle, right? And now you need to hustle
now
to hit them goals. You know what I mean? But after that, call it what you want. Call it a hustle, call it a business, call it a gig, call it a, call it whatever you want to.
And we need to do an episode on that too, man. Like that moment when you need to transition your hustle into a business, or even how to even.
There you go.
You know what I mean? But before we get too far into that, man, you already know with each and every episode, you got to walk away from here with an action item. You got to walk away with homework. This is the League of Hustlers. And in this episode, Hustle Family, we're encouraging you to keep it going. All right. The challenge. The challenge. It's time for the challenge, folks. H, what's the challenge for this episode, bro?
So, for this episode, the challenge, with all of this talk about hustling this and hustle that, 50 Cent even got the book, right? Hustle harder, hustle smarter.
Yeah.
Right? What I want you to do, what the League of Hustlers wants you to do, is identify, because you see, identify a hustle, a side hustle, or a business, whatever you want to call it. We're more concerned about you achieving your goals. All right?
There you go.
That's our concern. So put all the noise to the side, put all the riffraff to the side, all of this advice from so-called entrepreneurs and so-called, whoever and wherever they think, whatever. Our goal is for you, the people who are actually paying attention to what we're saying, to become successful and to hit those goals. All right. So for the challenge, I want you to identify, right, something that you're good at, something that you know a lot about, something that you have a passion for. Okay. and figure out how you can turn that into a side hustle, all right? Or a main hustle, or a business, or this, or that, whatever you want to call it, all right? Don't get caught up in the semantics, okay? And understand that you have to choose your teachers wisely, okay? If a teacher is so caught up in the semantics of it, and they're not focused on helping you actually achieve your goals, and all they want to seem like is the authority that everyone has to come and get clearance from them to call it whatever they call it, and then they'll be successful. No, we're concerned about you being successful. Okay, call it what you want to, but find the things that you're good at. All right, find the things that you have a passion for. Find the things that you actually like doing, and figure out how you can make it profitable. Okay, because in these times you have to have multiple sources of income. Okay, and that's it. Just start the conversation. Now I know a lot of you already have side hustles. A lot of you have already started businesses. You have LLCs. You have stuff going on. Okay, you know. So for you guys, just think about something else. Okay, the average millionaire has 3 sources of income. Okay, so yeah, go ahead and be stuck on one business. Go right ahead and end up like everyone else. 1 source of income. No, the average millionaire has 3 sources of income. The top 1% have 7 sources. So you tell me where you want to fall. All right. So if you already have a business, if you already have something already going on, again, same thing for you. Explore what you love to do, explore your passion, okay, and think of ways to make those things profitable. Okay, and that's what we're about. We're about helping you. We're not caught up in the semantics of it. We want to see you succeed. So leave a comment about what you're thinking about doing, okay, or just leave a comment of your thoughts about, you know, this whole hustle versus business. All right, let us know what you think. Okay, what do you have for him, CD?
That's it, folks. You already know what to do. Whatever platform you're watching on, show support for the league. All right, like, share, comment, subscribe. All right, let us know. You can always hit us up at questions@leagueofhustlers.com or contact@leagueofhustlers.com. We're here to help you reach those goals. So if you have any questions, feel free to hit us up. Also, we got the Facebook group. We're on Instagram, YouTube. We're everywhere.
Right.
So whatever platform you prefer, hit us up. We're here to help you reach your goals. All right. And with that, it's only one thing left to do, man.
What's that, man?
Go get it.
Yeah.